All right, welcome back, guys, to episode 2 of Figuring It Out. Glad to have you guys back. Today, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of social media, when you guys should use it, when you guys should not use it, and pretty much everything in between. We know this is obviously a big topic. We're college students living in the digital age. I'm sure a lot of you out there are too. And I know it's something that probably a lot of you struggle with. You'll sit down and you'll go to bed and you'll check your phone and you'll just go into a rabbit hole of videos. The next thing you know, it's 3 hours later and it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you just shat 3 hours away. And
Dude, I go to sleep, high phone, wake up looking at my phone. My phone is my goddamn life.
see, that can be a good thing if you're working. Some people do that for work and they're very successful that way. But obviously, that's not most of you out there. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be covering this episode. Again, my name's Louis. I'm 21 years old. I'm a finance student at the University of Arkansas, finishing up my third year here. I got 1 year left. And
my name's Mikey. I'm a first year. I'm a journalism major. As you know, I'm on my computer, phone, whatever, it's online so much. I basically live in a digital world. I go outside a lot too, don't get me wrong. I go outside a shitload.
So I think we should start with all of the social media platforms, at least all the prevalent ones, and then kind of break down, how most people use them, ways that you can use them to benefit you, ways that, using it will hurt you. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. So,
I mean, what do you think about Instagram per se?
So Instagram, I think is one of the biggest when it comes to the extremes, like extremely good, but also can be extremely wasteful to you. So, especially with their new feature, they copy TikTok and they have Instagram Reels. They obviously caught into how easy it is to suck up people's time with the short form video content. People's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. They obviously caught on to that, and they put a lot of work into making their Instagram Reels a big thing, and it has been a big thing. So I think they really caught on to that whole TikTok thing. But Instagram's really good for networking. I think it's really easy to meet people on there. I think it's really easy to find out what people are about on Instagram. Instagram is kind of your showcase to the world. I think someone's Instagram is the biggest tell of who they actually are and how they live. I mean, obviously people are only going to post the best parts. It's basically your online resume. Anyone that comes across your profile, let's say you're a dude and a girl comes across your profile, that's how she's going to see. That is your digital resume. That's how people perceive you. And I personally think it's super duper important to have your Instagram on point. I think it's good to have your Instagram cleaned up. No bullshit on there, because employers could be looking on there, potential interests, relationship wise, they will peg your worth, a lot of it based on your Instagram. So
Really?
yeah, I definitely think so. I think it's important to grow your Instagram, have a really clean looking Instagram, high quality photos, as much positive things as you can. And I think it looks really good when you do have a good Instagram. But what are your thoughts?
I don't look for my Instagram seriously at all. No, I think you already see it straight. It's all about, you're all about your fitness,
Yeah.
you're locked in. But mine's just retarded funny pictures. Sorry, I shouldn't say that way, but funny pictures to make people laugh. That's what I use my Instagram for, just funny pictures, maybe a couple of life moments that I'm willing to post, but nothing too major where I'm just damn, this is me.
So So personally, I would probably recommend that you, along with a lot of people, maybe you only have just like a couple posts, and it's just you with your friends just hanging out like really casually. Um, I think if you were to go a more professional route with your Instagram, it will pay dividends over time for you. Like I said, it's your showcase. Some people, for a lot of people, that is the way they meet you before they meet you. And I'm sure you guys have heard this a million times. You can only make one first impression. And for a lot of people, that first impression is Instagram. So you want to be able to make that good impression to people before they meet you. Because a lot of the time, Instagram is the way you meet people online before you meet them in person. And that is the first time they see you, and they make an automatic perception of you off the bat. And a lot of the time, like I said, that's based off your Instagram. Now,
Well, really, honestly, I just think that, there's a lot of sorority girls, fraternity guys that I'm following. And, all the sorority girls are posting the same pictures, very bright, colorful, sorority pictures, blah, blah, blah. But whenever I meet them in person, it's a whole different story. They're not like, once you think of a sorority girl, they're like, oh, she's this type of woman, she does this, does that. But I've met a lot of like really cool sorority girls. All they post is just like, their sorority content.
mm-hmm.
But once I met them, it's like, oh, they're actually, no, they're not bitchy. They're not, so focused on sorority life.
I guess, yeah, they're not like sitting there taking pictures. Yeah, like, yeah, they find the perfect one.
Ugly.
Well, I think they do that because it's an employable tactic, and it's reliable. Obviously, if a lot of people are using the same tactic, girls like to put a lot more time and energy into their picture, and
I mean, having a big following on Instagram just makes you look.
it does, yeah, it does.
See him, popular motherfucker. Like, shit, this gets dope.
I'd say that's one of the biggest indicators of like clout and status is how big your Instagram is, how many people engage with your content. Even if you're not really an influencer like that, maybe you just want to post your lifestyle. You want to show, that you like to work out a lot, or you have a good body, or you like to be professional. And, maybe you show your traveling pics. Just it's really just a highlight reel of your life that you're trying to showcase to the world, to show yourself in the best light. So
I also hate Instagram is because there's some people with, let's say, 1,000 or 2,000 followers, and there's other people with a couple hundred, and the couple hundred follows that 2,000, 3,000 follower person, and the other person just doesn't follow them back. And I'm like, it's not that big with.
yeah,
It's a false. Like,
I know what you mean.
the numbers game is not.
I know what you mean. I think to an extent, a lot of people prioritize having a high following to follower ratio, and I mean I do think that is a good thing when you do have that. So when people have the opportunity, maybe you follow them and they don't know you like that, or maybe you guys spoke just like once and found you on Instagram, like you might not follow them back because it'll make your account look better, because you gained a follower, but your following list isn't going up. So I do think that can look good, which is why a lot of people do that. Obviously, an attractive Instagram account has a shit ton of followers, really not following that many people compared to how many people follow you. You have high quality photos.
Really, I just look at those people like, man, you're stuck up. I know how I look at. I'm like,
so I think so. I think it's an easy way to look at it, like as a college kid.
yeah,
But once you get out into the world and you're meeting a lot of people, and Instagram is a place that you can make connections. I think it's the best way to showcase yourself. I mean, that's how you make your first impression. So high quality photos, best way to go. I'm not saying have 1,000 posts or anything, but instead of having, 3 like mid quality posts, I think you'd be better off just having, you know, one super quality post instead. I think that will be better for you in the long run like that. So one, I think it's easy to get sucked in to Instagram. There's a lot of attractive people on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, people are trying to showcase themselves in the best way. And obviously, a lot of that has to do with how people's bodies look and that stuff. And I'm sure if you're a guy out there, you obviously know when you see one of those photos that you know what I'm talking about. You're like, oh, shit. You click the profile. You go through every single one of their posts. You're clicking on all their story highlights. You're doing all that shit. You're seeing who they're following. You're seeing who their friends are. That's just an absolute waste of time. That's a time killer. It's a morale killer. Because when you're presenting yourself in that kind of light where you only show your highlights and none of your shadows, then it's super easy to get in your own head, and it's just unrealistic. So I think it's super easy to get caught up in the unrealistic sense of Instagram. I think with Reels, you have that TikTok situation, the short form content, dopamine hit. You get 500 dopamine hits in 10 minutes, and you just want more and more and more because those little 7-second dopamine hits aren't that satisfying. So you're just gonna keep doing it for hours, and it's just super easy to get sucked in.
It relates back to what you say, look, as a guy looking at like some girls post, you're like, as a guy having a girlfriend, dude, I've did this before actually. I was like, I had a girlfriend before, and I'll just go on Instagram, look through other girls' pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dang, I wish I had that. And I'm like, but then like, growing up, looking back, obviously have this conversation, I'm like, why did I ever think that this girl was better than my girlfriend who's treated me so well compared to just an online picture of this beautiful woman?
Real shit.
Like, what has she done for me besides give me
Exactly.
a little like, oh my gosh, she looks good.
Yeah.
So that's definitely like ruined some people's relationships, I would say.
It does.
Like, yeah, even if you see like a attractive girl on Instagram and you have a girlfriend, your first instinct is probably like, oh shit, maybe I should DM her or comment on her post or something enough.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So that's obviously one of the bad things about Instagram. Super easy to get caught up into that, and I think it's a lot more prevalent as a dude.
Yeah, for sure.
To girls' accounts than it is for girls to dudes' accounts. Which is why you dudes out there, it's a lot more important to have that high quality Instagram page, because it's a lot easier to set yourself apart from your competition, which is every other dude on Instagram. So get your Instagram on point, guys. And
I mean, speaking of Reels, man, what do you think about TikTok?
So yeah, going into TikTok, we can get into the whole thing like, oh, the Chinese are spying on us, and they're taking our data, and it is true that they when you accept their terms of use, they have the ability to pull data from other apps on your phone. So if you have TikTok on your phone, they know your search history on Safari, they know who you're texting on Snapchat, they know who you're DMing on Instagram. They have all these data, or all this data from your other apps. So obviously that raises privacy concerns. This is why.
But let's get it from here though. All right, I'm a normal person. What could I possibly have on my phone that China would want for their own needs? I guess I don't think I have any secrets, anything important that will help the Chinese benefit from having TikTok, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. The whole how does this affect me thing.
Yeah.
So this is getting a little off the whole social media thing, but guys, we are moving into a globalized, whatever you want to call it, economy, society, all this stuff where governments share information with each other. We're moving into digitalized currencies. Everyone has access to your data. Let me give you an example. So in China, you speak out against, Xi Jinping on social media. Maybe you're standing on the side of the road, you have a sign that stands for something that the government would not agree with. They will fine you, and they will take that money straight out of your digital CBDC wallet without your consent. And that is the kind of society that we're moving into. So you have to be more careful with everything you say. Your phone hears you. I've had instances where I've talked about things.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly where you go.
I've talked about things. There was this one instance. It was in high school. We were doing a project in one of my classes, and we were doing like a marketing business report for a company of our choice, and I was assigned PepsiCo. And I don't know how many times you guys see PepsiCo ads, but
Nah, never.
I don't think I'd ever seen a PepsiCo ad.
No.
So my teacher told me, all he did was tell me that was my company. I had it written in my phone. I didn't put it in my computer or anything. A couple minutes later, I'm scrolling through Instagram. I get a PepsiCo ad.
That's nuts.
And I'm like, bro, I'd never seen a PepsiCo ad before in my life. None of this shit. Like, they're using the audio recordings from Alexas to, in solving crime cases and these things. If something happens within the house and they need to hear the audio of a certain conversation or of a certain event, like if you have a Alexa or Google Home, they're going into your Alexa or Google Home and they're finding everything you said. So that's why it's super important to be careful. I know that was a little bit off topic, but that's just the whole data concerns. Now it's not just TikTok. I mean, it's all your social media apps.
Everything.
Because that's power. Information is power.
I mean, the U.S. government get information from us.
Exactly. That's the whole point of big data, and that gives them lots of leverage over their consumers.
I'm sure you've seen like where it was like Congress against the owner of TikTok or whatever.
Yeah,
the Asian guy.
Absolutely.
And they were just like bashing on him for like privacy reasons, and he was like, we'll like shit. We'll tone it down, not tone it down, but like, we keep privacy in mind for our consumers.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no, it's really because like he was Chinese.
Yeah.
Or that they were like, nah, fuck you. Like, no, you're not going to put TikTok on the U.S. platform, da. But in reality, it's like, Congress is doing the same thing, U.S. is doing the same thing. They're getting information.
Yeah, if you guys even do 5-10 minutes of research into some of the CIA, FBI projects, you'll know that the government isn't really here to help. We'll just say that. We'll just say that.
Money, man.
Yeah. We'll just say that for now. If you look into things like MK Ultra, and other government projects, just we can't phone. Yeah, I know. Do it. Just do a little bit of your own research. We're not going to dive into that. But yeah, he's exactly right. They have access to all our information. And TikTok is just a thing that I think really like brought it to light.
Yeah,
like how easy it is for an app on our phone to take all the information from the other apps on our phone, to where privacy is really something that's going out the window.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think TikTok's amazing personally. I mean, people created damn near 5 million or over 5 billion business on TikTok. Yeah, that all feeds to the U.S. economy. It helps us. So why not keep it? I mean, there's obviously more to like business than from like TikTok. People are entertaining themselves,
right,
making money, and posting social media content. I mean, as for me, I love social media. I love posting. I love making funny videos, creative videos for people to watch. So why can't I use TikTok as a platform for other people? It's like enjoying my content. You know, making people happy, making people smile is like a really big thing for me. You know, as a funny guy, I'm like, hey, a smile just makes my day. If I'm having a bad day, crack a joke, make someone else laugh. It's like, hell yeah.
Sure.
You know?
So I think as a creator, TikTok is probably the best thing that could have ever happened to you. The TikTok algorithm is a genius invention.
Amazing.
Genius invention.
Amazing. Like, it doesn't like favor anyone.
Well, it does a really good job of, let's say, you know, you're scrolling through, and you know, you spend 2 to 3 seconds on every clip, but one clip you spend 7 seconds on. That feeds into your personalized algorithm immediately. And then the next set of whatever, 10 to 15 videos will have more of what you watched of that 7-second video opposed to the 2 or 3 second video. So absolutely genius.
Like, even if you're like a really small creator, you can get big on TikTok. You know, so much easier than YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all the other platforms. It doesn't favor anyone. You know, if your content's good, people are gonna see it.
Yeah.
If content is shit, no one's gonna see it.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. You know.
Yep. So I completely agree. If you're a creator or business owner, it's truly a beautiful thing, and that is a privilege that we have living in this age. Where I do think it gets dangerous is the mindless doom scrolling.
Oh,
you know, going back to, if you're a guy and you see one girl, and let's say you're watching, you know, you're scrolling through a couple videos, you know, 4 or 5 seconds, and okay, now an attractive girl pops up. You watch that for 15 seconds. Maybe you click on her profile. You click on her profile, TikTok tracks that down automatically when you click on the profile.
yes.
And it tracks how long you stay on that person's profile. It tracks when you open up another one of their videos. It knows if you look through their comment section. It does everything. So that beast of the genius idea that is the TikTok algorithm can go both ways. So, like I said, you're a guy, you know, maybe you're on there, you're just trying to watch funny videos, or you're just trying to, you know, you've a couple minutes to kill, you just want to see something funny. But what happens when that girl pops up, like shaking her ass or some dumb shit? That's getting more than half of you guys. That is dead ass. It's getting more than half of you guys.
I'm like, damn.
Like, straight up, you click on the profile, and now you spent 2 to 3 minutes looking at it. TikTok's like, oh shit, he's only been watching. He's like, girl. He's only been watching these other videos for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And he just spent fucking 5 minutes, you know, simping over this girl's profile. Let's throw him more of this content, because then he will stay on TikTok longer. Therefore, he will watch more ads and give us more data, which means more money for us. That is how TikTok works, basically. So that is obviously one of the massive dangers of it. And just doom scrolling too. Even not with girls. Like, you'll see you know, people on the bus, or just whatever the hell they're doing, like, they can't put down their phones because they're so desensitized to the little minuscule dopamine hits that short form content like TikTok provides. And they'll shit away 3-4 hours in front of their screen like it's nothing. And that's not a TikTok thing. That is a societal change where people's attention spans are shortening, and that means they require more volume because the dopamine hits are so small, and you just require more and more and more, and your tolerance to dopamine goes up, and you end up scrolling longer and spending more time on the app. So, guys, avoid doom scrolling. If you catch yourself on, you know, something like TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts too long, like, you gotta have that self-awareness to realize, okay, I've been on this app for 15, 20 minutes. I'm just scrolling because I'm bored. I'm not getting anything out of it. And, you know, I need to get away. I need to get away because it's easy to get sucked in. And yeah, your time is more valuable than you think, guys. Your time is much more valuable than you think. And
I mean, dude, even this morning, I was just like that. I woke up. The last night I was watching the show on Hulu, and I didn't finish the show. I was like, I woke up. I stayed up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. I was like, damn, I really need to go to bed. You know, I have early morning class, but like the show was just so good. I'm just like, I'm like, fuck, let's just keep watching.
yeah,
So this morning I woke up, grinded the show out, and I'm like, shit.
yeah,
I have class in 5 minutes. I haven't brushed my teeth, and haven't showered, and haven't, prepared for my class. Like, so I'm just like, shit. It's so hard to like just throw my phone away and just do the right thing, go to class.
yeah.
Do things that truly matter instead of just scrolling, constantly scrolling and scrolling.
Facts.
So I do know what you're saying about the dopamine hits. Like, dude, TikTok's like what, 7-second videos, and they're for 3 hours. Like, that is nuts. That's like damn near 1,000 videos that you're just going through.
It's great.
Hours.
It's crazy.
Fuck, what am I doing?
Yeah,
Like, I just wake up, I'm just like, shit, fuck it, it's TikTok.
Facts.
Wake up, go get some fresh air.
Yeah, come on, guys. Get some sunlight. Get some sunlight first before you be looking at your phones. So yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. Just going over two of the biggest platforms for now, Instagram and TikTok. In our next episode, we're going to be covering a couple more. So we'll probably hit it Snapchat, Twitter. We say you want to get gagged.
Oh yeah.
Be real or some crap like that. So yeah, guys, just stay tuned. Hope you like this video. Hope you found it informative and helpful, and maybe you guys will
Continue sticking with us.
Yeah, continue sticking with us.
Join the community.
Yeah.
To grow this out into, who knows what's possible. Maybe a Joe Rogan podcast behind. Maybe to get our own studio.
They're fun, Rogans. Okay,
Nice.
that's good.
But yeah, guys, that's it for the video.
Yep. Thanks for joining. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Cheers.